Hi, everybody. How are you? Nice to see everybody and nice to see you, Mark.
Thank you.
It's been a
It's
hot minute since we were together. So, yeah,
always
lots
fun
going
to
on.
be with you. I love you to pieces, and I like reading
Oh,
reading with you, not like. I love it, actually.
I do too. I love it.
So,
And we were backstage talking about something political, and we're just going to talk about it for a little bit.
yeah,
It's not so much the politics of it, but the curiosity of it.
that's right.
Yeah. And so we're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna get on to readings and stuff,
Yeah,
with animals and whatnot.
whatever.
I just wanna say hi to Jessica Lynn, Hypnicity's here, Viviani, hello, beautiful. Um, CJ, Bright Shiny Ray, Jill Cartwright, hello. Oh, Paul, how are you? Paul got his first reading yesterday.
Paul. Hi, Paul
Paul
Freed.
Paul Freed, yeah,
You mean
yeah,
a private reading or reading on got his question pulled?
got his question pulled.
Oh, good. Hi, Paul.
Yeah, and Prince Charming's mom's here, of course. Anja, hello.
I'm just
And
down. That's an interesting.
yeah, it's a beautiful name. Okay, so let's get on it. We were talking about the outcome of the trial
Yeah,
and the staff. Hi, Lisa.
yeah,
Yeah,
because jury is in deliberation. I just saw they were having lunch and deliberating, so we were just curious.
yeah,
So far, every time I look at it at home, because I'm naturally curious, like I, of course, want him to be done and over with. So that's my I never like, from the first time I ever even saw him before any president, I was like, no, he's not trustworthy. I don't like him. So there's that. But I'm curious about how the rest of the world is doing. So every time I've looked at this, and I've looked at it a few times through the weeks of it, it always feels like he's going to be convicted. And like Terry and I were talking about, we both picked up that it felt like there was maybe one juror that was maybe going to be a hang up. But for me, it felt like the rest of the group was going to talk this person, off the ledge, and that they were going to convict. So,
yeah.
how have you been feeling about it?
Um, I've been feeling pretty much the same. It's interesting. And I don't read a lot of politics, but I was really curious about this, and I read on it with Sheila last week, and we were talking about it, and I did see that one person that was an outlier. They were a little bit more on the conservative side and staunch Republican, but like we were saying, I do feel like everybody is looking at this like this is their honor to be helping the country and
Right.
taking it very seriously what they're doing.
I agree.
And I felt like, that time when the judge had to clear the courtroom.
Yeah, twice
Yeah,
in a row. Like, I mean, just two. Yeah.
that was
Plus,
like,
that witness they brought on. Oh boy,
yeah,
I love that judge though.
yeah,
He just seems to be the perfect judge for this because so
right,
much pressure for this trial. But he's so like, now he got mad about that, but I don't blame him. But he's been very even keel. He's been very wonderful with the jurors. I feel like they must like him quite a bit. So I like him. I think he's a great judge. He's been very fair, overly fair, really.
yeah, yeah. He's been a cool cucumber. He feels like, I feel like again, it's his honor to be there, your honor,
Yeah.
and he's he's that's his dharma. Like when you're born, and that's your life's mission.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
Sort of leading up to this and being able to do it. You know,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
others might not be able to do it as well.
I wonder if he's not up for a Supreme Court or a big maybe not this year, but maybe in the next couple of years.
Well, it's
He would.
interesting you said that because I pulled cards on him this morning too. I just
Uh-huh.
sat alone pulling cards by myself.
Oh,
And I got that it looked like he would be promoted in some way. And I was wondering, well, how could you be, what does that mean? But it looked like it was going to, well, I saw a lot of people liking him. Like
yeah.
this is really good for his PR and everything, even though I don't think he's looking for that. But it seemed like he was going to somehow get a promotion. So it's probably like what you're talking about.
Yeah. If it's not the Supreme Court, it's some sort of a Supreme something,
That's what
right?
I thought.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
the Supreme Court, maybe. I don't know if that's how that works, but it seems like he moves up for some reason and he gets a lot of love from the country.
Yeah. He's like, bipartisan, it feels like. I mean, I don't know if the outcome is going to be that way, but it feels like it's going to be. He's tried to be very fair.
Right.
Yeah. So old Teflon Don, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we both see the outcome as being he's going to get something.
Yeah. I'm going to pull a couple cards now just to
Okay.
see. I pulled a different deck. It's a happy deck, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm going to use my angel deck because
Okay.
I think we need all the angels we can get on this one.
Yeah,
I might
right.
use the wrong deck.
Maybe the New York State Supreme Court or something. Something he gets somehow. It sounds funny, but rewarded.
Yeah.
And it does change it. I felt like his job was going to change. Anyway. So my question is there conviction? Does the jury convict? That's what I'd like these fine cards to tell me. I like to play at the cards because I already hear in my head what it is, but I like for the cards to double down.
Yeah.
If they will.
Right. Aloha, Melody Frazier.
Melody.
Gotcha, Shannon. Here we go.
Interesting. Of course, we know they'll appeal it, whatever it is. But
yeah, they'll drag it out.
Right. Well, I pulled two aces, which, aces are yeses. And my question was, will they convict? So I got the Ace of Pentacles. That looks like, because of the way this picture, it looks like a vote, a vote being passed, handed over. And then I also got the Ace of Swords, which, swords to me is the law a lot, and like justice and the law. And so both of those seem good. And then I got the King of Cups. He comes out when I do this, but I think that's the judge.
Yeah, I keep pulling on the judge too. He keeps coming out.
So I think this King of Cups, because he was in between the two aces. And then they gave me the Nine of Pentacles, which I feel like, because of this picture, it makes me feel like America feeling like a win. This
like
woman,
Lady,
feels like America to me or something.
Lady Justice, maybe.
Yeah, and having a win and kind of putting a stop to the foolishness in some ways of this foolish, half-cocked plan that Trump has. So I get the fool upside down, which I hardly ever do, but it makes me feel like it kind of puts a stop to the forward, to this crazy plan he has for the presidency. It helps to stop it. Anyway, that's what I
I'm getting. I'll show you what I pulled initially on my angel cards. I pulled support,
got.
and I feel like those are the jurors, and they're totally rocking, being there and looking at the whole picture. They're looking at everything.
Yeah, I like that. It's great.
Yeah, and then somebody's emerging from this, and I feel like that's the judge, and it's divine guidance, because we talked about that's his dharma. I pulled some. What are these guys called again? Archetype. Archetype cards.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of Don. He's a storyteller.
Oh, okay.
He got caught telling stories, and the Avengers come in.
I love that. The Avengers come in to stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself.
Yeah, even getting to the truth of the story.
Yeah.
Because honestly, in the trial, they never really gave a story for his side. There was no story. There was really no defense. The whole thing was Michael Cohen's a liar. That was all. That was the whole thing. Well, but Trump only has liars work for him. So how's that? What do you mean? I love like the judge, the lawyer for him saying, "Oh, he's the greatest liar of all time." And I go, "And you're representing Trump, and you would have the nerve to call someone else the greatest liar of all time?" I don't know, buddy, but it don't really ring true. Anyway.
Don't you think if you were Michael Cohen that you had to take a long bath to get rid of all that goo around you? Yeah.
And I believe he actually changed his ways as best he could. I think his family actually said, "Look, Dad, husband, this got to stop," and he went to jail and everything. So
yeah, that's a big wake up. Big wake up.
So I shuffled again, and the ace of out again, the ace of coins. That looks just like a vote being to me when I see it. But anyway, we'll see. I don't think it's going to take too long.
Yeah, I don't either. I think
go before the judge for some clarity. Maybe that's why that judge came in between there. Because they don't get to take the rules in with them or the whatever. So if they have a question, they have to assemble, and he has to go over it. They can't just read it or something like that.
Yeah.
In New York, it's a weird thing in New York. Yeah.
Oh my God, my desk is such a mess. I got crystals everywhere and cards everywhere, and I guess that's the way it's supposed to be today.
I have this much room of space. Everything else is.
Yeah, I hear you.
So many decks out. And I was going, "Mark, you got to put some of these up because there's like 20 decks right here for me to choose from." Oh, Lord.
Yeah. How many decks do you think you have?
I'm gonna say maybe 100.
Wow.
I don't use that many, but I switch off quite a bit because I don't know. It wants me to change it all the time, so I always do.
Yeah.
And I like it because I'm a picture reader too, so I like the different pictures.
Yeah. Let's see. So I'm starring everybody's questions, and we'll get to them. Looks like Shannon's got something coming in that needs to be gotten to.
Okay, whatever. However you want to start and get.
Oh, this is Shannon. I got part 2. I didn't have part 1. The people who adopted her want to find her a new home. Is this Shannon? It seems like I remember this from a couple of weeks ago. Let me see if I can go back and find the beginning of it, or if you would like to put it back in, that would be helpful.
It's Sharon O'Brien, part 2. There's part 2.
Yeah.
Where's
got
part
2?
There's Sharon O'Brien, part 1. It's
What's
at
it called?
12, 212. It's
Okay, so it's
Dottie.
1:12 my time. Sutafi I got.
DC 212.
Oh, I'm on 216, 215, 213. Oh my God.
It's
Look at
way
how
up.
long it takes me.
And she's from my channel, so it's one of those with that little paperclip thing on it.
Okay. Oh, it jumped. Don't worry, guys.
I can't click it from my side, or I would, but
Yeah, I should make you co-host
it's
next
all in
time.
big letters. I can just read it to you.
Oh, got it. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, that's it.
Dottie, the disabled cat I fostered, is not getting along with the other cat and likes to play all night, which keeps them awake. What is her problem? Okay. And then I'll pull up number 2 again.
Yeah. The people who adopt her want to find her a new home. Okay.
Yeah, part 2, the people who adopted her want to find her a new home. Feels like there's a lot of energy in that house and not just, you know, physical energy.
Yeah, no, it's like she's not getting along with the other cat, but the other cat's not getting along with her either. It's not just a one-way street. The other cat hasn't been super welcoming to the disabled cat, Dottie.
Yeah, her heart feels kind of sore, like not physically sore, but like down in the dumps, kind of. Maybe that's the only time that she gets to kind of be herself is at night.
Right. And she's just expressing herself. I don't think they've given her a chance, kind of, yet. They just sort of are impatient about her and not allowing her to be herself and to adjust. It feels a little more like a people problem than the cat. I don't see her really being that. It's like an adjustment. She's not going to be like that forever. It's sort of trying to fit in and everything. So, the card that comes out is expectation, expect the best. So on some level, the humans immediately went, oh no, this isn't going to work, something like that. They kind of expected the worst or something. Not at the beginning, but something about, because I think they thought their cats were just going to be lovey-dovey right off, and they weren't, and so then it didn't feel right or something. But that's kind of normal, unless it's a kitten you're bringing in. The adult cats have to work it out. They're not naturally, they're solitary by nature, felines are, whereas canids, dogs, are pack-oriented by nature. So cats have to work that out a little bit more. That's what most of this feels like. And I feel like the little disabled cat, it feels more like she might have been used to being alone or being the only cat. And so it's been a little harder to adjust to the other one. Anyway, what do you feel like?
Yeah. I feel the same. Like, sometimes we look at how people are getting along or if they're happy and we judge it by how we feel when we're happy.
Yeah.
Like how humans get along with each other and interact. And it's going to be a different deal with them anyway. But they can coexist, no problem. Um, well, not no problem, obviously, because there's a little bit of one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Viviani says it is hard to introduce adult cats, but I do feel that they can live in harmony. Let me pull a card on it. Yeah, and it feels like she's just kind of like trying to find her own, but she feels the way they feel, like
Yeah.
the new owners. Yeah, the new hosts.
She kind of
Um,
knows that they don't like her as much or something.
yeah,
So she's acting out a little bit for more attention. Um, but, it's hard to introduce adult cats. That's true. That's actually kind of the rule. Of course, there's an exception every once in a while. There'll be a really easygoing adult cat that just fits right in. But more often than not, they don't. And, I have 4 cats, and the relationship between my 4 cats is very interesting. 2 of them really like each other. 2 of them tolerate one another, like they're kind of friends, but we don't really snuzzle. And then they don't like one. There's like a constant, I'm going to smack the hell out of that cat. And they've been together for years. And so on some level, for me, and I have, 6 animals in my house, and also their relationships with the dogs are each one very different. Luckily, the cats and dogs all, can live peacefully. But in some way, I had to allow them just to be who they are. I can say, okay, no, like just today, I let my mom's cat Halo in. He's used to being an only cat, and I have 3 other ones. As soon as he comes in, Pippa hisses at him and acts like she's going to smack him. Now, we've been here for over 4 years together in the town. And I had to go, no, we're not going to do that. And so then they stopped and we went on. But, they're like, I'm going to, and I'll go, no, let's don't. But, sometimes it just, that's them and that's the way they go. And you have to let them be sort of a little bit. This little kitty's not used to being, I don't feel like around other cats much. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but
yeah. Oh, I'm trying to type this out. I don't know why I don't just say it. Okay, then we got it. I do feel like, you know, and it's natural for even if they love each other to be a little nitpicky here and there, isn't it?
yeah, cats.
Yeah, yeah. And even, Tyler is a nitpicker. He is special.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's been a dog before, but he's definitely been a cat a lot of times.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
he has that energy, and they'll go after each other. And the next thing they're playing and laying down together. So
Yeah.
it feels like they're all getting along eventually.
That's what I think too. We just need to give her a little more time. I don't
Yeah.
know in what way is she handicapped or what that is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
I pulled cards and I got soulmate. So maybe this is what they were looking for, but even if you're a soulmate, it doesn't mean you get along. And goodness knows if you have a twin flame, you can go at it because um, you see both sides of everything. If they let it go, I think everything's going to be okay. If they can let it go and surrender it, I feel like it's going to be a new love, like they will coexist quite well. So, what do you think?
well, while think this, that while you were pulling your cards and reading, which look what card came out to me, release, let it go.
Yeah.
And you're just saying if they can let it, and I was thinking that exact. Oh, it's so bizarre.
Isn't it?
You had to repeat let it go 2 or 3 times, and I'm sitting there looking at this card, release, let it go. And it's not really about the kitty, it's more about the people. And that's just worrying that they're not gonna, maybe we made a mistake, maybe this isn't the right one, blah 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 blah, blah. Like that we do, the humans tend to do. We come up with all the horrible scenarios. But kind of breathe, release it, and allow them to work it out with each other. Because I do think they're going to end up being friends, and it's going to be okay. Oh, she has a broken leg. Oh, okay.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah. Because she's still got that frisky energy. And I think even in that little plane at night, when you guys are all trying to sleep, in a way, it's showing that she might have a hurt leg, but she's still, she's still together and everything. You know what I mean? She's trying to show you that she's playful. She's not really as infirmed as it might seem, that kind of thing. She's showing off a little bit for the other cat. So, you guys can tell her and talk to her that we all go to bed at night, and, we'd like for you to, let's all do this as a family, and she'll probably join in and start beginning to blend in with the family energy there.
yeah.
All my kids will come in and go to bed when it's time,
Yeah.
Now the cats might get up in the night and eat or something, but we all know it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine too. I do wonder if they did have an animal before that she's playing with at night.
Might be. Maybe they had
Yeah.
another cat. Yeah, that makes sense.
Doesn't it? It kind of feels like when you were talking about that, I was kind of picking up on there's an energy there at night that she likes.
That
Yeah.
she's playing with. Yeah.
Yeah.
That seemed like play energy.
Yeah.
So I have good feelings if they'll just hang on there a little bit.
I love that. Okay. And we'll go to the next question. Thank you, Sharon O'Brien.
Sharon O'Brien.
Yeah, love that. Ms. Sherlock, question. I would like to know if my dad respects me as a person now that he is on the other side.
What's your dad's name, Miss Sherlock? I think you may have told me before, but I can't remember.
Yeah, Jezreel says give it some time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a little more time. It needs a little longer. That's what I think too.
Yeah. I'm really jealous.
Hold out a positive picture.
Right? Yeah. Somebody's making a cherry pie they're talking about in the chat.
Oh, don't talk about food.
So not fair.
It always makes me want to eat.
Right? Yeah.
I'm so hungry already today. I didn't eat anything today yet. I'm having a Red Bull, but just when I saw, baking is nice. It makes the home smell so good. I'm like, oh.
It does. Oh my God. Yeah. When I buy scented candles for the house, I always buy like vanilla or cinnamon.
Vanilla smell.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes gardenia. I like gardenia too. Okay. Miss Sherlock might not be.
Oh.
Miss Sherlock, what's your dad's name, dear? Are you still here? She might have gone on. We can take another question and then get back to you, Miss Sherlock. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. Got Shannon already. Oh, Lisa, is it possible to move in September?
Is it possible to move? Well, anything's possible. But let's see here. Does that look good for you, though, Missy? Okay, we'll switch decks. I have that deck already, but it says no.
Leah, I saw that. Mr. Mouty. Yeah. Lisa, do you want to move? Is it out of state or out of the country? Hey, Jonathan. Aloha. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Jonathan.
Yeah. Huh. Well, maybe Lisa's gone too. We're losing them. They're dropping like flies.
I know. Nobody's hanging. It helps guys to hang when your question comes up.
Yeah, it's hard to read if you're not here.
It's a ton better if you're here.
Um, okay, well, we'll move on down the road. We're just um, let's
In
see.
state. There's Lisa now.
Oh, yay!
Okay. So you're looking to move in state.
Connecticut. I think that's Connecticut. Thanks, Viviani. Huh. Lisa, are you thinking about moving to an apartment, or it feels like it's a big complex, or a really big house, um, which sounds lovely.
An apartment. She's looking to move into an apartment.
Yeah, it looks like a really big, like a very nice complex that you're going to find. You're going to find it through correspondence. The tree. So keep looking and look at someplace. Connecticut's beautiful. So I feel like not only is it you're going to be connected to it in different ways, but also it's going to be it'll be well manicured. It'll have a lot of beautiful trees. Um, you get the oracle like it's just going to kind of pop out or something. You're going to hear about it, but start looking. Um, it's going to be you'll be looking at the stars there. So I don't know if this is huh. I don't know if this is going to be a lot of activity too. Um, activity in the star people, but yeah, ask your guides.
Well, I do feel like it's possible. Like when I said that on the bottom of the deck, I have the moving into calmer waters card. So that's a movement card. For some reason, it feels like, is there some kind of court case or something happening about where you are now? Or there's something about where you are now that needs to finish up first or something. But I do think you can move. It might not take till September. I also get, I don't know what that court energy is, but that you'll be working with somebody else to help you with this new place. So that's the Three of Pentacles. That's when you ask for advice, or somebody helps you, or maybe it's where you look for a place. Or there's something about where you are now that might help get you to where you're going. I don't know why they keep talking about where you are now. Maybe you can understand it, Lisa. But whatever that is, it's all going to balance out. And then I see you again. I get another. This is the Six of Wands, but that's like arriving home to fanfare, a new place. So Adam, that feels like a move. So overall, I feel like yes. Feels like there's a little something we got to clear up first, and then we're moving. I'm not sure what that clearing up is. You might know.
Yeah,
so set your intention and picture it and all that. That helps tremendously. And like Terry said, ask the universe to assist you.
yeah. Ask your guides and tell them what you want it to look like, because the picture that I saw of it, Lisa, it's just beautiful. I mean, it's really a nice complex. So list out what you want. Like you want a hot tub, a swimming pool, well manicured lawns, whatever you're looking for. Maybe a garden. Yeah. Yeah. Right,
Maybe
Viviani?
this card is about too. You're working with your guides as opposed to somebody in physical. But it's like a team, working out. It's a team effort. Somebody helps you with it somehow. Spirit, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now, okay. Viviani, may I have a message from the elemental kingdom, please? I am trying to strengthen my connection with them. Thank you.
Viviani. The elemental kingdom. Elements. Well, here they come, all swirling around, it feels like. Hmm. What is this here?
Oh, yeah. Viviani says to ask for nice neighbors too, Lisa.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I always include that when I'm trying to move, as part of my picture. You know what I mean? Is like happy neighbors and okay, za, 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 za. Okay. I'm gonna do one more.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pull a few.
Okay.
Go ahead and go. So concentrate. And I know you do, but it's like you might be looking in a different place than, because they kind of came into me over here instead of down here. Like, where are you looking? Are you looking in the trees? Are you looking in the sparkles? Because they kind of coming in with wings or something. You're going to know. This is something you're going to remember, Viviani. It's just like when you open up to it. And I got bend and be. I love this little kitty cat or bunny rabbit. Adapt, shift, and grow. I am unbreakable. So it's going to look a little different than you probably had thought, and it might require a new way of doing it, like either journaling or something to get it started that you're not doing yet. And you'll get star guidance on that. Ask your guides and be open. Sometimes we have to scry, like I've got a little abalone dish here that I like to, or shell that I like to use every once in a while. And so it might be something different than the way the Akashic records come in for you.
Yeah. Okay. Continue to practice and continue to do what you're doing, Viviani. Like I can see you, or if you're not already, like maybe sitting on the ground with your back up against a tree and then concentrating and meditating. It seems to me there's a strong connection with tree energy, plants, trees, and those elementals that work with those that form of nature. Also, I switched decks because I wanted to do this one that has the rainbow energy. But anyway, also I realized I've switched it because I was going to pull Pan out of it. But this is the 9 of I mean, the 10 of wands, but he's saying, uh, give yourself a break. Don't work so hard. It's an interesting thing. We have to push and allow at the same time. So you have to sit down and take the time out to meditate and stuff, but then you sort of, during it, let go and let your spirit team help you so you don't have to work so hard of it. He goes, let me take some of the burden away and just call me. Also, call on him. I know you do already, to work with you in connecting with the elementals. The other thing I'm hearing, Viviani, is rocks, or stones, or that look. I can see you sitting in that little grassy area, and with the tree energy, because the trees seem to be a nice gateway for you and a connecting energy. But then it's like they want me to tell you to look over there at that um, boulder or rock formation or something, and play with communicating with the rock. I always see gnome like energy with the rocks, stones, that kind of thing. I don't know why they're saying that, but I'm going to pass that along. And you get the Ace of Swords, which is that, for this time, it's talking to me about that third eye connection, that mental. We say mental because it's in the head, and it is mental telepathy, that's how you connect. And it's getting stronger and stronger. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I love that. I do the rock people too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's really interesting, Viviani. Because that's who comes to me a lot, and they're kind of, I feel like they're the ancient ones. Not that any of them are spring chickens, but they're really quite ancient and primordial.
Yeah, and I think they also really help to ground you. Um, it's like grounding, rock energy, trying to pull you down,
Yeah.
which will help with the connection too. I think it helped pull it all the way through a little better. Yeah.
Mark, that is exactly what they sound like to me. They have this deep, they do. They do. They have a language that's very primordial. Yeah, it's very growly.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the didgeridoo or something. And they had me doing some light language with them, and it was really interesting.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. I love that for you, Viviani.
Yeah.
Um, okay.
Yeah, just in regular old rock, Viviani. That's what they're called. That's what's calling to you. I feel like there's a big old rock where you go. So it might not look, well, I think it does look kind of impressive, but it just looks like a rock. It's a big rock. It's big and it's noticeable. But, it's a little different than your crystals. It's what
Yeah.
that rock energy.
Yeah, it comes in from a different direction, doesn't it? The energy.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this. Mary Thornberry. This is really interesting. And I'm picking these out of order, you guys, from both channels, and they're just really interesting. Yeah. Jonathan Daly's talking about the rock people on Maui are very different than anywhere else. I think it's because mostly the lava, and it's younger than the rocks of the mainland.
Yeah, lava rock.
Wow.
I agree with
That's
that.
amazing.
That's younger. Oh, well, it's younger as far as being on the surface. It feels old underground, but then all of a sudden it comes up onto the surface or something.
Yeah, because it's molten, right?
Yeah.
And then cools off. Yeah, I
And
could
it's
get
like
that.
new, like a phoenix, like a new burn.
Ooh.
That's cool. Ooh, I'm getting a little about the rock people. Love it.
Oh my god, I love that, Mark. I can see that so much because as these volcanoes are going off all over the planet,
Yeah.
it's like Yeah, the phoenix has risen. The
Yeah,
rocks have risen.
that's right. And there's
Wow.
more coming to the surface, most likely.
Yeah. And God knows everything's coming to the surface in the courtroom too. So,
I know, and plus, also, whenever I look to the weather, it won't ever let me leave volcanoes out because usually you don't think about them so much, but each time, panic, oh well, and volcanic activity.
that's what I'm getting to this year. Volcanoes.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
Definitely. Yeah, Anja, right? Tingles. Okay, Mary Thornberry, I love this question. My dog is talking to coyotes from across the field. The coyote comes out and howls at her, and she howls back at them. What are they saying to each other?
Hmm. Mary, what's your dog's name? I know you've told me before, but I can't. Everybody, it all
Yeah,
goes into one.
I think she's still here. Yeah, there she is. Finley.
Finley. What a cute name.
It's so cute.
I do feel like they're having a conversation. And they're kind of saying, I'm here, I'm here. Finley's also saying, don't stay over there. A little bit of protective energy, like don't come here, sort of. Um, this is my area. So a little bit of staking claim on his part of the land, sort of. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's friendly. It's more or less friendly back and forth. Uh, you know, and checking. It's like, oh, there's another canid kind of a thing. Almost like sharing stories a little bit too. But what are you getting?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It feels like there's a lot of coyote energy coming in. Like I've been seeing more coyotes. There's a cemetery that's about, I don't know, a half a mile from the house. And um, we see coyotes there. We see coyotes sometimes when we drive down the streets if there's parks around. Oh, boundifying, Rush says. That's interesting. Yeah. It does feel like like messages coming back and forth, and maybe there's another one over here. And coyotes are shapeshifters too, Hypnicity says. Yeah. So they're definitely communicating to each other, it feels like. And it feels like that there's others that hear that, like there's a call that's going out. Let me pull a card on it. Mm.
The little dog though does seem to be saying, I protect this area. It's sort of like I do see like a little bit of boundary drawing or saying, I look after here. Here's the Ten of Wands, but I defend this area. I'm the
That's so cute.
watchdog kind of a thing. So don't, there's a boundary there. You're free to be over there. That's okay. Because it seems friendly. It doesn't really seem
Yeah.
mean or anything.
Yeah. I get protection too. Archangel Michael,
Oh, yeah.
his sword out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who doesn't like Archangel Michael?
Now, and it's like a kind of a friendly warning or like that. Well, this is my place and I will defend it. And, that we live here. You're fine where you are, but don't come here to my porch and stuff like that. That's what I feel like. Yeah. I love it though.
Yeah. Oh, Kimberly, is it buffering? Oh, I hope it's not buffering for everybody. Mine's not buffering.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope it's okay. Here's my girlfriend, Tamra. She lives in Lawrence and she says there's tons of coyotes out there. Yeah, I think I was with you one time out there, Tamara, driving around. We saw 3.
Well, that makes really good sense, Mary. Look what she says there. I do get as well. She's saying, don't come over here. And Finley is a killer dog. She kills anything in her yard. So that's why we got that defense, the defender of the property dog. And she's telling them that.
Oh, your other 2 dogs will play with the critters, but not Finley.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's the monitor. She's the guard.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. Jesri, you've got a lot of them there in mid-Missouri too. Yeah. Let's just say, quick send out peace and love to everybody that's around the storms too. So, Jesri, that made me think of that. There's a lot of people without power here, and
Oh.
gosh, Dallas, all over the place. Yeah. Miss May, you're cracking me up. Happy hump your favorite person leg day.
Paul has the occasional wild beer that comes into his yard.
Wow. I
Beer?
love that, Paul.
I think maybe it was a wild bear, maybe instead of a beer, but
Oh. Hmm.
I like to joke as if I never make a misspelling. My, and if you guys, yes, sorry, I know I'm teasing you, of course. If you love coyotes, there's this great book called Skywater. It's just so good. It's moving. I have to admit, I cried reading it, but it's just, it's about a group of coyotes traveling from the desert to the ocean, and they all talk and everything, but it would make a great animated movie. But if you want to read a good story, read Skywater.
Wow.
I can't remember the name of the person who wrote it, but it's a great book.
That sounds amazing.
It's a book I bought a few times and given to people to read because it's just such a good story anyway.
Wow.
Coyotes too.
Okay. Let's get this one. And this will probably be the last one today, everybody. Michelle Krantz. Sorry, changed my question. Does my cat Kaya like being the only pet in the house?
Only pet in the house. Kaya. Look at that name. That's pretty cute. Sky Water, Mary. Like Skywater. That's what they call the ocean, Sky Water.
Ooh.
It's a really good book. It's a pretty old. Oh, Melinda Worth is the author. Look, Leah knows of it.
Wow, Leah. Yeah.
It was unlike anything else I ever read, and I really loved it. Of course, made a big difference.
I'm going to look for it.
So does Kaya like being the only pet?
So I'm getting a really good energy about that. So it's her superpower being the only pet. I am a radiant soul and gifted beyond measure. You only have to see me to see that. And I put in the only you have to see me to see that. And she's a beautiful soul. Just look at her. I mean, she's a movie star. So yeah, she's the biggest star. I see the beauty in me every day. So I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I feel like she's pretty happy being an only cat. I don't get like that she would be completely opposed, but she's very content the way things are. This is her, fat, full, giving thanks. She's so grateful. She's spoiled titty. Look at this with B, choose non-action. Look, I'm just so cute. Why would you do? I'm just a cute baby. You don't really need anything else. And then I like this card. At first I thought different, but then as I pull more cards, surprise. Oh my God, you're thinking about getting another cat? When you have me?
Right?
I'm enough. I'm enough. I do love her energy. I don't think she'd be completely opposed. Like she would, um, you know, accept it. It'd be a little. She'd accept it in her own kind of funny way, but she has a really strong personality, and she don't. I don't think she wants for anything. There's that. She feels pretty taken care of and everything like that.
Yeah, she really does. She's like pretty content being the star.
I know. And like that cute surprise face was like, what make you think you'd need, that I'd be what it was. I don't know. That face is so funny about that. Just like, well, that's the last thing that we're.
I like the one with her doing that happy baby pose, the yoga pose.
Choose non-action.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't even think about it.
Are the cutest pictures in this deck. They're just so great.
Those are adorable. I love those.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
Thunderstorm, where are you, Rush? Because it looks like I'm going to have one any minute.
Rush, are you going to have a big storm coming?
Well, it looks like it, and we have them every day, every other day here. All of a sudden, we've had so much rain since Christmas; it's unbelievable. But Rush was saying we've got great thunderstorms going on here. I was just wondering.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. She's the queen bee. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, she's good at it, Michelle. She's really good at it. So, oh, and there's your phone. All righty, everybody. Well, thanks everybody so much for being here. Ness, I looked for I knew I starred your question here, and you have been such a great moderator here. I did want to get to it, but now it's not in the starred ones anymore, so I probably accidentally deleted it.
I'll ask again. I know we got a lot of questions today, guys.
Yeah.
That's when we open it up to our animal loved ones, the questions really come in.
Yeah, they do.
Mary's too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks everybody so much for being here.
Look at that, Michelle Grants. She does throw herself on the ground in front of you wanting admiration.
Oh, I love that. Oh, well, do you mind if we get to Ness real quick? She just reposted. Good. She's been an amazing moderator today. Question: when my writing project was done, what will my life look like? When my writing project is done, what will my life look like?
Let me see here.
I feel like it's going to look a little different in the fall, she says. It's going to be a little different than you think it will. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. You typed it fast. It's like it's going to be peace, number one, because you're going to have it out there and it's going to be such a huge relief, Ness.
Yep. I think you'll be a little surprised about the reception. The reception to it. Accomplished because somehow you managed to do it, and you like it. You have the thing. But I do feel like it'll be a little surprising. There's the Page of Cups. Surprising in a good way. Love energy, cups. Making you feel loved, coming back at you, because that's what you put into the book.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to make you feel good about yourself, like, yay, and that you feel accomplished and that you put your mind to something and your heart and your soul and you carried it through. Uh, it's all on instinct. Yeah, because there's that Queen of Swords, but look at her. She's in front of a chessboard. It's like you took your brains, your mind, and you created a winning product. You won. It was a win for you. And you're glad you followed through. Also, that Ace of Wands energy, it was also um, guided, it was inspired through your mind. Um, so by that, I mean, spirit, also the animal kingdom, are helping. It's going to bring some balance to you too. I think you're going to feel more balanced afterwards. I kind of saw right at the beginning that there might be a cat with you at that time in physical form. We'll see about that, but there's that possibility.
That's interesting because I pulled, I love these cards for you, Ness. I pulled synchronicity. So it's like something happens at the same time. Either a new job position opens up somewhere that you want to do, or you're starting a new position for yourself somehow. Um, or it could be the cat comes too, because the cat's the movie star again. Um, courage. I think that you're going to be looked at as being very courageous, and people will see your heart. And I think there's going to be people that were scared to come forward perhaps at a time, and they're going to really see it, and it's going to illuminate. You get the sun, so you get excellent cards. Yeah,
Success. And
yeah,
I was saying, I keep hearing about that cat, and I know we read on that before, Ness, about the kitty and all that. But I was going, but I don't see it in the cards. And then I shuffled my cards, set them down on the bottom, and then this is the card that came out. Oh, you didn't see them in the cards? Well, here's the Ace of Pentacles, and look, there's a little kitty sitting on a wheel. That's like an earthly gift, Ace of Pentacles. And in this card, it says, "Oh, it might be a cat." I love it. I said, "Wait, you didn't really." And this is a brand new deck, and I haven't even looked through it, so I don't even know what the cards are. But that was going through my mind. Oh, it's interesting. I don't even know if there are cats in it. But then this card come out, and plus Ace of Pentacles is a gift, a new beginning too, on the physical realm, in physical. And I love, see how he's sitting on kind of a wheel of fortune or a wheel of life, because you and I talked about this could be, yes, we read about a cat. Yes, this could be the one we read about returning. It's like a return, that wheel. It ain't sitting on a wheel just by coincidence. The whole card is telling me a big old story. But anyway, there's that.
yeah, yeah. It looks really good. That one card you had there that had the fence, I think, on it,
Yeah.
or the one right before that, the first card you pulled,
Uh-huh.
that was what I saw when I saw the piece. It was like
Oh,
that skyline
yeah.
was just beautiful.
These cards are cool. This is a brand new deck. I'm just always getting decks like I don't have any. But this one's called the Pastoral, and it's neat because they're this way. The pictures are all this instead of this way.
I like that because you can tell a bigger story, can't you? Yeah, that's so peaceful.
And like that one with the little jackrabbits. That's the Two of Swords. But they're really nice. So far, I've really enjoyed them. And I'm always a little surprised about the pictures because I didn't really sit down and look through them. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks to everybody for being here. Ness, thank you, moderators, all of you. And have a great afternoon, everybody. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Bye.
We'll be on tomorrow on Allie's channel.